directing. Directing was very hard, like I was saying before. And what I basically learned is how to communicate with the actors. And it was very hard, especially to communicate with Alice, because she was in every single scene. And I can relate because I know that when I did Grease, and I was in basically at least every other scene, because Rizzo actually kind of worked as a transition character. And with other plays that I've done, I was on stage like 85% of the time. So being on stage, and that was really tiring. So being on stage 100% of the time, or 99% of the time, must really just drain you. So I tried to go easy on her. But the other actors, I felt like they were missing character. They were missing just that reaction. And I really didn't expect to have to work so much with people on reactions. I guess that once we got into it, by the time we had our third rehearsal, which actually our rehearsals are each 1 hour long, we had our third rehearsal and we hadn't even gotten through the whole scene. And I sat everybody down and I went around and I said, and I talked to them, I told them what I thought about their character, what I thought about their work, and then they responded the same way about me, what they thought about my work, what with my approach, and how they think it's going so far. And from that point on, it was actually a lot easier. People started realizing that the show was getting really close, and that we hadn't gotten through that scene, and it was a really important scene. From then, I felt like I got more support from everybody, and it worked really well. Then was stage managing. Stage managing was something that I've always wanted to try, and will never do it again. It's something that you do once, you have the experience, and again, it taught me communication. I feel like the last 5 cast projects that I've been involved in have taught me communication, have taught me how to communicate with people. And from what I've been asking my peers and the people that have been working with me, I've actually been getting better, which is always a good sign. What I can say though about stage managing is that the administrative work, the work that I did individually, I did easy, quickly, and I just loved it. But when it came to directing everybody and getting everybody to listen, that was my nightmare. I ended up actually having a little breakdown and screaming a little bit too much. And then at the end, when I talked to the people that I did scream about, they said, you know what, it turned out as a great show. But I still feel like I need to improve on that. And they did suggest, you improve on that by keeping up with being the stage manager. But part of what I feel was ineffective about me being the stage manager is that I did put a lot of work into it, but I didn't put a lot of passion into it. You need to have a calling for that. There's some people, just like how some people can get on stage and just kill it and just be amazing at it, some people can just get backstage and just dominate it. It is a performance backstage. I learned how the essence of how much work it is. In fact, after this experience, I can say that I'm considering the fact that the performance going on backstage requires a lot more work than the performance going on stage, because it's a foundation, and I don't think people appreciate it enough. And now I'm certainly going to appreciate it more. Overall, I was a bit disappointed when we picked Alice in the beginning, because it wasn't a musical. I'm not particularly into the whole weird Wonderland fiction, craziness, madness theme. But as we started working with it, it's not that I fell in love with the play, it's not that I started really liking the choice, but I started recognizing how important it was to me to be in a part of a play that I didn't love, because that pushed me and encouraged me to do the backstage. Because if we had done something like We Will Rock You or any other musical, I would have been a main part, and then, or at least auditioned for a main part, and then definitely not have been the stage manager. I learned a lot, and not going to repeat it again, but I certainly feel like I found various new techniques, strategies, and respect for a lot of work going on, both on and off stage.